Good evening. Welcome to Current Affairs, February 25th, 2015. First, I would like to speak with you regarding the Finance Commission. The 14th Finance Commission report has been submitted to the President of India on December 31st, 2014. And the President has placed that before the Parliament, meaning President has signed it, that has been handed over to the government. And yesterday it was presented to the Parliament. So now the report of the 14th Finance Commission is open. Now it is public. So regarding that, I would like to share some information with you. Basically, the chairman and other members of the Finance Commission, everybody is appointed by the president. So this is what the constitution says. And there is a chairman followed by 4 other members. See, here in this coming examination, in any examination this year, what are the points I'm going to tell you? So this may be a question now. Number 1, the present Finance Commission chairman is Dr. Y. Venugopala Reddy. Otherwise, he is called Y.V. Reddy. So basically an IAS officer. Later, he has been appointed as the governor for RBI. And later, so now he is the chairman for 14th Finance Commission. So he submitted the report and the job is over. But so many laudable recommendations have been given by the 14th Finance Commission. Of course, it is a collective work of all the 5 members in the team, including the chairman, supported by so many administrators. But a fantastic job it was done. So the constitution says that every 5 years, the president has to appoint or constitute the Finance Commission. And how long the Finance Commission has to function will be decided by the President of India. But in no case, it should be no longer than 5 years. Meaning, the President has to constitute the Finance Commission every 5 years. So far in India, we have 14 Finance Commissions. First Finance Commission was constituted in the year 1951. So thereafter, very periodically, Finance Commissions are being appointed, constituted by the President of India, and they are performing their respective jobs. Later, the Finance Commission, once it submits a report to the President of India, the job of the Finance Commission is over and it will be dissolved. And the next Finance Commission will be constituted by the President of India after a period of time. But the gap between any 2 consecutive Finance Commissions should not be more than 5 years. But they are doing a fantastic job. Kindly see here, I told you in the previous classes also so many times that wherever we come across with the words commission, this is always an advisory body. In the similar manner, the Finance Commission is also an advisory body and ultimate decision will be taken by the government. But since the beginning, it became a tradition that the government is accepting the recommendations given by the Finance Commission. So even for the 14th Finance Commission also, the government has accepted all the recommendations. Now I'll show you the document. I'll tell you some points and try to remember each and every point. Look at this. The President has constituted the 14th Finance Commission in 2012 and it is expected to submit the report by October 31st. But what happened is that they could not submit the report. That is the reason why the date was extended. The date was extended up to I'm just typing it here, up to December 31st, 2014. And remember here, it may not be a question in the examination, but the original date was October 31st. Later, the date was extended to December 31st, 2014. And the date is over. I told you the story. Report has been submitted to the president. President has tabled the report in the parliament. Everything is over. So the chairman is the former RBI governor. He is Dr. Y. Venugopala Reddy. And apart from this, there are four other members. And kindly see here. So now I am going to talk to you about the functions of the so-called the Finance Commission. So the Finance Commission will give certain recommendations. And these recommendations, they are valid for a period of 5 years. For example, see, the Finance Commission has already submitted the report. Whatever the recommendations that are given by the Finance Commission will be applicable for a period of 5 years, starting from April 1st, 2015. So meaning April 1st, in the sense that is the beginning of the financial year. So from that day, it will be applicable to March 31st, 2020. So exactly 5 years. So before the completion of this particular period, the president will be constituting either in the either in the year of 2016 or 2017. Another finance commission will be constituted, and whatever the recommendations that are given by the 15th finance commission will be valid from 2020 to 2025. This is what is happening in India for a quite long period of time. That's the reason why the report has already been submitted. This is going to be applicable for 5 years, starting from April 1st, 2015, meaning just 1 month away. New recommendations will come. And what exactly the responsibilities that are performed by the Finance Commission? The Finance Commission will always look into giving certain recommendations like division of taxes between the central government and the state governments. What do you mean by this? Sir, in India, we have various types of taxes, both central government taxes and state government taxes. When it comes to the revenue that is generated by the state governments is very low when compared to the central government. Hence, the central government is expected to play a role of big brother. Big brother in the sense they have to provide the financial assistance to the states. And this is how it was happening since the beginning. So then how to divide the share here? So what are all the taxes that are collected by central government? So they are not expected to enjoy the total tax revenue. But out of that, some percentage as recommended by Finance Commission, they are expected to share with the states. Look at this. The 13th Finance Commission recommended for 32% of the share between the central government and state governments. And when it comes to the 14th Finance Commission, starting from 32%, it was a big leap. It was a big leap. It has been increased to 42%. It's really mind-blowing. So lots of financial resources are flowing to the states. Since beginning, from the time of assuming the office, the gentleman, the Prime Minister of India is assuring the states that states should also play a crucial role as far as the development of the nation is concerned. Until and unless the states do not have the financial freedom, the states also don't progress. And the present Prime Minister, he also served as a Chief Minister for a quite long period of time. Maybe that experience came in handy for him. And his ideas are completely reflecting in the recommendations that are given by the Finance Commission. So from 32%, it's a very, very leaps and bounds. In fact, it was increased by 10%. And now it is 42%. 42% shares will be coming to the states, and the states are permitted to spend the money as per their plans. There will not be any rigid control by the central government. So this will give lots of relief to the states. So as far as this percentage is concerned, states are so happy. So because they are flooded with the funds. So this coming 5 years is really a great opportunity for the states that they can prove themselves, and they can make so many developmental activities. And apart from this, the Finance Commission will also recommend for the grants in aid to be given to the states. And 11 states are picked up in this for the grants in aid. And highest grants are being given to Jammu and Kashmir. I'll show you the figures. So what is the amount that's in lakhs of crores? I'll show you the figures now. Meaning number one is the division of taxes between central government and state government. Number two, grants in aid to be given by the central government to the state governments. Number three, any other function as directed by the President of India. Like this, the Finance Commission will perform the work and it will submit the report back to the President. October 31st, 2014 was the last date. On the request made by Finance Commission, it has been extended by 2 more months. By December 31st, 2014, report was submitted. President has placed the report before the Parliament. Yesterday, the report has been tabled. So now I'll open the document and I will tell you some points now. Look at this. The President has, I think I told you these points. So apart from the chairman, there are 4 other members. Look at this. The recommendations will be applicable from April 1st, 2015 for a period of 5 years. This time, the government also asked the Finance Commission to suggest steps for pricing the public utilities like electricity and water in an independent manner. Look at this, the simple points again. Finance Commission is established by the President under Article 280 of the Constitution. Finance Commission submits the report to the President and he places the report before the Parliament. Simple points, you can just remember. Now look at this. 14th Finance Commission submitted the report and it was tabled in the Parliament on February 24th, 2015, yesterday itself. And the government has accepted all the recommendations. Now look at this, what are they? So the division of taxes is 42%. This is what I told you. 13th Finance Commission recommended for 32%. And generally others are expecting it will be increased by either 2% or 3%, but it's really huge. Now the states are going to get 42% here. So the states get an additional benefit of 1.78 lakh crores. So for the coming 5 years, the grant in aid to the states will be 5.37 lakh crores. Very, very huge here. And apart from this, what are these plans? It is not clear. But from the central government, 8 plans are going to be transferred to the states. Another very important point is that the government is planning to make this goods and services tax a mandatory one. For this reason, Constitution is being amended. Once it is amended, GST will come into the force. GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. And once this GST comes into picture, all the indirect taxes at the state level and central level will be merged, and it will be only one tax, that is called the Goods and Services Tax, otherwise GST. And with this GST, it is not a new one, in fact, remember this. So the concept of GST and the idea was started during the time of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So during that time itself, he constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Asim Das Gupta. He was then finance minister of West Bengal. So to think about the modalities of introducing the GST, but most of the states in the country, they were continuously opposing the concept of the GST because they were fearing that they will lose so much of revenue from this. And the central government was trying to convince the states, but it could not. But nowadays, the things have been settled, and the GST Constitution Amendment Bill is going to be cleared by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. After that, 50% of the states, if it is accepting, then GST will become a reality. Maybe at the earliest, it is going to become a reality. And the Finance Commission suggested that once this GST comes into operation, states will be given 100% of the benefits. Whatever the amount they are losing, 100% will be paid back for the first 3 years. And after that, it will be reviewed. So, meaning there is no scope for the states to say no or speak something against this. So, that's the reason why. So, this is one of the fantastic recommendations. The local bodies, we look at this very important one. The local bodies means Panchayati Raj and municipalities are going to get so much of revenue this time. So 2,87,436 crores for the coming 5 years. It will be huge. In fact, it is the right time for strengthening the local body system in India. And for the disaster management, it will be 55,097 crores. For the states, there are 7 states here, only here, sorry, 11 states. So these are the 11 states which are facing the deficit budget, and an additional grant of 5,37,000 crores and 37,350 crores are being given to this. And 11 states have been identified in this category, and the highest will be going to Jammu and Kashmir, and the lowest will be to the Meghalaya. Kindly see here, whatever the points I told you, every point is really important for the examination point of view. Kindly remember all the points. Okay. And so my suggestion is that please watch this video once again, and if there is a possibility, try to make a notes out of this. And I'll stop at this stage, and tomorrow I'll see you with some more details and some more current affairs. Thank you so much for being with me this evening. I wish you all the very, very best.